wasn't like anything that I've ever heard. I'm not going to lie, it scared the absolute hell out of me. I immediately went to my bedroom. I have a window that looks into my backyard as well. I wanted to see whatever it was, but I didn't want to pull back my living room curtains to come face to face with it. I couldn't see anything through my bedroom window, so I turned around and started walking back to the living room. Then something hit my window. It wasn't strong enough to break it, it just sounded like someone hit the palm of their hand on the glass. At that point, I went back to sleep and ignored the sound. Looking back on it, I should have recorded it, and I tried when the noise came back the next night, but every time I took out my phone, it stopped. Today, I built up enough courage to go into my backyard and to investigate. There were loose limbs everywhere. I had a bonfire a few weeks ago. The remaining ashes had been dug through, not blown by the wind or damaged by the rain. No, it looked like something took their hands and dug a hole. I did some research, and I think it's a skinwalker. I'm no stranger to these things. I've heard lots of stories about them, and considering that I've seen several things walking through the woods through my lifetime, I'm starting to become really convinced. So this happened to me last September, and I'm writing about it now, only because I've read so many experiences people have had that I'm at a point where I'm more comfortable talking about what happened. My best friends live out by a country farmland in Michigan. The land is very old and probably traces back to the Native Americans. There is even a nearby road called Indian Trail. Well, it was around 1:30 a.m. and I was leaving their house. And to paint a visual of what their yard looks like, the driveway is in the shape of a U, and they have many cars parked except for this one part near the front of the house where there is a giant evergreen tree nobody ever parks in front of, and a light that hangs over to illuminate this area. Where my car was parked is the furthest to the left, and I have to walk across the entire yard and past the tree in order to get to my car. Well, as I left that night, I reached about the center of the yard and suddenly felt my heart rate was skyrocketing. This happened out of nowhere, and I started running to get to my car as fast as I could. As I got into my car, my front windows were foggy, and as I started the car, there was a small patch clearing up at the bottom of the windshield where I could see clearly. And that's when I saw the thing squatting by the evergreen tree and watching me. I have never had that feeling as though my body was burning at 300 degrees and my heart was in my throat throbbing. I looked through that small patch of my window, which was now growing larger, and the thing wasn't moving. It was still frozen in place and squatting. It was not human, and it was not animal either. My body went numb. All of this happened in a matter of 30 seconds, and I backed out of the driveway and drove down the dirt road to get home, probably driving 70 miles an hour. I immediately repressed what happened to that point, and I don't even remember how I got home. The next day comes around, and I go over to their house again, and I was sitting in my friend's room, and I told her that I saw something in her yard last night. And she freaked out at me because she said it could have been a robber or a dangerous person. And I told her no, it wasn't a person. I described it as the khaki man, because it looked like those saggy khaki tan pants, but only the entire body was that texture. The head was bald with ears folded into the scalp, and pitch black beady eyes, like round buttons. Well, her husband overheard me talking about this, and he entered the room halfway into the story and waited for me to finish, and told me that him, his dad and brother have all seen it at once, and they called it Gollum, like the creature from the Lord of the Rings. I didn't know what it was, and they showed me a figurine of it, and it had similar resemblance to it. None of them ever seen it more than once. I told them that I didn't want to know anything more about it, and I tried to erase that this ever happened because it literally flipped my entire perception of this world around. Anything is possible. And while I've had paranormal experiences growing up as a child, I wasn't too scared about things like that. But to come across a creature that is not something my brain could have ever comprehended at this point, I believe that all kinds of things are out there. But all this time has passed since and I'm still traumatized from it. I don't want to live in fear, and I still visit my friends frequently. But ever since then, they always walk me out if I'm leaving late at night. After a couple months passed, I decided that I wanted to know what it was that I saw. And after diving deep into online forums of people's paranormal experiences, I came across a story mentioning the term skinwalker, which I never heard before, so I decided to look it up, and that's what sparked my interest on researching more. I have read tons of stories online about encounters others have had with skinwalkers, which led me to research more about Navajo Native American folklore and the one who walks on all fours. A part of me thinks that it could have certainly been that, but another part of me is not so sure, because this thing almost looked alien, and not so much like a coyote, although we often hear coyotes in this area late at night. I described what this looked like to my friend who lives at the house, and she illustrated a spot-on picture of it that I'll attach here. I would love to hear from any of you with possible insight related to the subject of skinwalkers, as well as if you've seen anything like this. I have had some nightmares from it, and have thought about possibly talking to a Native American shaman who owns a shop nearby, but I'm not sure how I could approach a topic like that because it's a topic they don't like to speak about, which is why I wanted to share it here first. I told this story to some friends tonight, after not thinking about it for a while, and remembered how odd and creepy it really is. The man who told me about this terrifying experience in the Colorado wilderness is one of those distinct relatives that everyone has. They're your third cousin, twice removed, or something to that effect. I'm not positive exactly how we're related, but he's an incredible guy. I'll call him Greg. Greg is a decorated Green Beret with a silver star to his name that he earned by capturing the leader of an Afghan sniper cell without incurring any casualties. Despite his status of a huge badass, and not his inconsiderable size, 6'3", 200 pounds, Greg is a teddy bear, just an extremely humble, kind person. I have a lot of experience in the outdoors and have lived in Colorado for most of my life, and Greg and I had an extended conversation about our adventures in the woods at my grandmother's house for Thanksgiving. We were sitting on the couch wearing tacky holiday sweaters when a conversation turned to hunting. Greg mentioned offhand that he used to be an avid hunter, but had an experience that turned him off to it. He doesn't even like guns anymore, something I found surprising coming from an accomplished soldier. I pushed him to tell me what happened, and though he seemed uncomfortable with the idea, he finally did. I'm going to switch to first person now and try to write exactly what Greg told me. It was late October, which means elk season is up in the Indian Peaks wilderness, and I went up there to bag a few elk and just relax for a few days by myself. I parked the truck near a trailhead about 8 miles from where I would end up setting up camp, and was looking forward to the nice weekend in the woods with some nice peace and quiet after packing all my gear and getting ready. The first morning, I was in my deer blind, about 20 feet up in a tree with a cup of coffee and my rifle. The sun had just come up an hour or so ago. About 50 yards from my tree, the tree line ended and opened up into a big meadow where a lot of elk tended to roll through, and I could sight my rifle pretty well through the trees and could see most of the big grassy area. Maybe a couple hours had passed, which really isn't boring that deep in the woods. I just drank my coffee from my thermos and listened to the life around me, feeling the woods getting ready for winter. I couldn't believe my luck when I glanced over the meadow and saw a large group of elk had started grazing in the meadow. The silent animals plodded along, munching at the grass, oblivious to me watching. Among the group was one of the most beautiful elk I had ever seen. It was called a monarch, which means its antlers had 8 points each, something really rare. I quietly clicked the safety off my rifle and sighted in on it. When you're hunting an animal like this, you want to put the bullet right where the skull meets the spine, in order to sever the spinal column and kill it instantly and painlessly. The focus when you get in the zone is incredible. I swear I could feel the firing pin punch forward and the bullet leave the barrel as I pulled the trigger. That beautiful elk went down silently, and all the others scattered for the tree line. I was ecstatic about the shot and the elk as I climbed down the tree and set off for the meadow. I had left my rifle up in the tree, something I regretted soon, and I had only a small knife on me to gut the animal and drag it back to camp. As I was making a short walk between my tree and the meadow, I noticed that the woods around me were completely silent. Some of this is normal after you fire a gun in the woods, but for it to drag on this long was unsettling. I thought nothing of it and continued the short walk through the dense pines. As I was about to clear the trees and step into the meadow, I noticed something odd. I could see the elk's body lying in the grass through the trees, but there was something else there. There was what looked like another elk, antlers and all, on the opposite side.
Humans thought they were alone in the Koprulu sector. They were wrong. The Zerg emerged, seeking to consume all in their path, and before long, the Protoss, a highly advanced alien race, began wiping out infested worlds, burning Zerg and Terran alike. A three-way war, unlike anything humanity had ever faced, erupted almost overnight. All the while, a human civil war raged. Marshal Jim Raynor vowed to oppose the corrupt dictator Arcturus Mengsk for the betrayal of the woman he loved, Sarah Kerrigan.
Boys, how about that evac?
Damn you, Arcturus. Don't do this.
It's done. Helmsman, signal the fleet and take us out of orbit. Now.
Kerrigan, a loyal operative, was left to die at the hands of the Zerg. But the Zerg had other plans. They transformed her and unleashed her psionic power upon the Koprulu sector, searching for their real objective, the Protoss homeworld of Aiur. The Protoss were unaware of this danger and slow to respond. Their rulers, the Conclave, had dispatched Executor Artanis to hunt for Tassadar, a commander who had refused to wipe out infested Terran worlds. They crossed paths with a Dark Templar mystic whose kind was considered heretics by the Conclave. Through great effort, Zeratul convinced Tassadar and Artanis that he was not their enemy. Together they rallied more Protoss from both factions against the Zerg. Despite the Conclave's fury, they achieved significant victories against the Swarm. But when Zeratul struck down one of the Overmind Cerebrates, his own mind was left vulnerable. From his thoughts, the Overmind gleaned Aier's true location, and the Swarm descended upon the Protoss homeworld with all their might and fury. It was Tassadar who kept the Templar from extinction that day. Using the power of both the Templar and the Dark Templar, he sacrificed himself to kill the Overmind. Aiur was lost, but Artanis led the survivors to the Dark Templar's homeworld of Shakuras. Old prejudices were set aside. The Templar were now in the Dark Templar's debt. Without the Overmind, the Swarm fractured. Kerrigan sought control of all the Zerg, even enlisting the aid of old friends and enemies like Raynor, Mengsk, and Zeratul. Once her rule was uncontested, the Queen of Blades betrayed them all. Billions of humans and Protoss were killed. The Zerg stood unchallenged, but to the relief of all, the war seemed to end there. Zeratul suspected the Zerg had fallen under the control of dark forces. He uncovered prophecies stating that an ancient entity, Amon, was attempting to merge Protoss and Zerg lifeforms into an unholy hybrid, and that this evil might already have control of Kerrigan and her power. It was during this time that Executor Artanis, hailed as a hero, was made leader of both the Templar and the Dark Templar. As Hierarch, Artanis united both factions and promised to one day reclaim the glory they had lost on Aiur. But such unity is only a dream for Jim Raynor. Mengsk still rules, and Raynor's small rebellion has counted for nothing against the Dominion's propaganda machine. Perhaps it is time for a new strategy.
That sucked.
They say a man never really knows himself. Until his freedom's been taken away. I wonder, how well do you know yourself?
control.
Convict 626. Murderer. Pirate. Traitor. Today, you go free. But, as you'll soon learn, even freedom has a price.
Combat suit sealed and locked.
You'll carry your prison with you. That armor will be your new cell. Make no mistake. War is coming. With all its glory. And all its horror. Mr. Findlay, your freedom awaits.
Hell, it's about time.
held a press conference commemorating the end of the so-called Brood War some 4 years ago. Our own Kate Lockwell was on the scene.
Emperor, the threat of a new Zerg invasion is still very real. But instead of expanding our fleets, you've squandered trillions on hunting down has-been rebels like Jim Raynor.
Jim Raynor represents a clear and present threat to this dominion. He is an unscrupulous, lawless revolutionary bent on spreading fear and dissension across the sector. He and his ragtag band of miscreants have instigated open rebellion across 6 separate worlds. And so that's very embarrassing. This criminal will be brought to justice very soon.
It ain't over till it's
It's over, you son of a bitch. Adjutant, are my troops ready yet?
Your forces are prepared and awaiting your orders, Commander. Uploading tactical data now.
Good. About time we kick this revolution into overdrive.
Backwater Station is the center of Dominion logistics on Marsara. Destroying Dominion authority here will cripple Emperor Mengsk's operations throughout the planet.
Adjutant, what do you got for me?
Dominion forces have set up a logistics headquarters in the town of Backwater Station. This has become the hub for all operations on Marsara. The Dominion recently pulled troops out of the city and they are now under strength.
Are the locals cooperating?
The people of Backwater Station are known to be anti-Dominion, but they lack weapons and organization.
Hi, how are you today?
Good.
That's great.
What about you?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Hi, how are you?
What's up? Fuck what?
That is so funny. Can we get a like?
Laughing. So, what's
Yo,
good?
do you want?
Yes.
I'm
No?
just joking. It's a prank.
Yo, you sound like my little brother. What the fuck?
Your little brother's probably a squeaky nigger then.
How old are you?
Doesn't matter.
How old are you? You 12?
13.
Yo, Ugandan chungles. Alright. Leave me here. Alright.
I won't leave you, Sugar Plum. I won't leave you.
What the fuck did you say? Why is it in a condom?
Me, Maya?
What the fuck? Yo, this kid, this fucking kid. Zelstar, my dude, you good?
Yes.
Yo, can you get this kid to fuck off?
I think you are referring to yourself.
Eat my ass, bitch.
What the fuck? Okay.
Penis?
You got a problem with that, huh?
A problem with eating your ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you have a problem with that? I thought you liked eating ass.
Oh, well, I wouldn't do it. Still wouldn't. And, not ever.
I have just one need. I hate niggers.
I'll eat your dick. How about that?
Also, it's kind of weird because you're like, you haven't,
Show the locals they don't need to
produced any.
Semen? Yes, I
like
have.
right now, you can't. Nobody can really tell what you have yet. So.
I'm 16,
You know what I mean?
dude, which is legal age of consent where I live.
Really?
Commander,
Yeah.
there are tutorial videos awaiting your review.
And
In China or
how
Korea.
do we Who knows what kind of
Korea,
PPX?
it's 13. So.
Are you in Korea?
To change your
No, it's like,
the mouse cursor.
I'm just saying it's fucked.
When your mouse
Hold on. Get the fuck out of my kitchen.
No, I'm making fucking carrots. Got a problem?
Wide, your eyes open, and your ass is covered. Let's move.
You're baking carrots? What the
I'm
fuck?
making carrots. Bake carrots too. What do you mean? What do you mean? You never made a carrot?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm role playing God.
You can count on me.
So, yeah.
What the fuck?
It's not a joke. Fucking laughing at me?
I am laughing at you.
Go up that road.
Piss on my floor, I piss on you. How about that, dog?
Dog?
Raiders roll.
Sorry.
Do you treat all your guests like this? That's fucked up.
I'm talking to my dog, dude.
Dude?
God.
You can count on me.
Send me another video, I dare you. Yo, what the fuck? Stop running and you won't hit your head on the table. Dumbass pitbull.
Keep a close watch.
God damn it, dude.
Descent will only slow our progress.
Commander,
Where are you from, retard? Oh, damn. She called me a retard. I'm triggered.
Raiders roll.
What the fuck? I need to fucking stop. So what's up, Zelstar?
Blasted.
You're hella quiet, dude.
Count on me. Time to man up. Where is everyone? Sounds like a plan. My neighbors. My family. This is starting to look ugly.
Hello, my homie.
Oh, jeez.
Raiders roll.
Commander, a large is gathering.
Let's play that game then.
Then it's time to talk about.
Stand proud. You must all sacrifice for the glory of the Dominion.
What's the plan? Time to man up. Raiders roll.
Hello. Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
Chunga 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 chunga.
Finally, there's the locals.
You'll all be given a meal when you reach the dig site.
My brother went off to the mine last week. He disappeared. We got a runner. They're shooting civilians. Move in.
Hey, TOS.
Sounds like a plan.
Are you a real boy?
Hey.
Are you a real boy? No. Is that a yes? Or is that a no?
Time to man up.
Hey. You're saying it like toss, or they say toss. Toss. How do you say your name? How do you pronounce the O, dude?
We knew you wouldn't forget us.
There's more people still being held up
No.
ahead.
Tell me the secret.
Raiders roll.
I'm telling you. Where the fuck is she?
Sounds like a plan.
Marshal Rayner. Been a while since we saw you around here.
We're with you, Raiders! What's up? Top man.
Ohio.
Restricted area.
Hey.
Insurgents are under arrest. We got your back, Raider. You can count on me.
Sounds like a plan.
I didn't think we could fight them, but we can.
Now you've got the weapons and the resources to do it. Remember, Minx can only control you if you let him.
Or guess what?
What?
Guess what, cunt? Are you actually playing StarCraft?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gay, cunt. Oh, I'm leaving. Bye.
Star. You playing StarCraft too, bro? What the hell? Is it free game now?
No.
It's not a free game. Well, I think you lying to me.
Well, you see, it is free.
Blizzard, I see. I have better opponent. Yes, good.
Yeah.
I will download StarCraft 2. Let's play together.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, Juicy Dog, stop this voice. It's annoying as fuck, please.
Okay, sorry, you fucker.
Yes. You a gay person?
Yeah, anything wrong with that?
Well, I mean, I have nothing wrong with that if you suck my dick.
Ew, I don't think anyone would suck your dick.
Yes, only girls.
Not even girls.
Yes.
No.
Only girls.
No.
Yeah. Why you do this, man? You had some trauma in your life.
Life sentence. What?
You had
give you time off for good behavior.
That's right, old buddy. I'm a model citizen now.
So to what do I owe the pleasure?
Just a friendly business proposition. Do you even know what the Dominion are doing out here?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Digging up alien artifacts, old buddy. Your boy Minsk has gone crazy for them. But I got a contact that'll pay top dollar for every artifact we liberate from the Dominion.
I guess I can hardly pass that up now. Can I, Tychus?
Partners then. 60-40.
70-30. My way. Feels like old times already.
Old times.
Call me curious, but how'd you get out?
Well, I busted out of my cryo freezer while they were transporting me to New Folsom. Oh, I must have killed at least a dozen guards with my bare hands.
Yeah, I've heard this one before. But you left out the part where you walked on water. Made off with the warden's daughter.
Don't you get uppity with me, boy. I heard all about you becoming a big-time freedom fighter while I was away. What happened, Jimmy? The war for truth and justice get too much for you?
I ain't licked yet, Tychus. And I promise you, Minsk is going down, one way or another.
This is Donnie Vermillion, live from the UNN studios on Core Hall. We've got a breaking story for you. Let's go live to our own Kate Lockwell on the fringe world of Marsara. Kate?
Thanks, Donnie. Rebel Jim Raynor has reappeared in a big way. He's attacked a Dominion depot near Backwater Station, seizing weapons and distributing them to the local populace.
Kate, I bet the locals are pretty nervous about having a notorious outlaw in their neighborhood.
Actually, Donnie, the people I talked to seemed really encouraged by the...
You heard it here first. Jim Raynor, terrorizing the locals on Marsara. When we return, are kids using skin packs?
Keep talking, pal. I'm just getting started. What is this swill?
Thanks to your actions, Marsara is now in a state of open revolt against Arcturus Minsk. Ex-convict Tychus Findlay has revealed the Dominion came to Marsara to excavate an alien artifact. Seizing the artifact will strike another blow against the Dominion and generate funds from selling it to Findlay's mysterious contacts.
This old outpost don't look like anything special.
Keep your shirt on, son. Dominion engineers been digging out here for months. See that crane? They're getting ready to move the artifact they found off-world.
Well, I'll be damned.
See? You gotta have a little more faith, Jimmy.
All right. Time to give the Dominion a wake-up call. Let's smash that base and haul that baby out of there.
You scared me!
Commander, additional tutorials are available for you to review.
We'll need a lot more Marines before we take on the Dominion outpost. Train them up at the barracks. While we're at it, extra SCVs will help us harvest minerals faster. Train them up at the command center.
Not enough minerals.
You want a piece of me, boy? SCV ready. Huh? This better be good. Armed and ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Big job, huh? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Well, butter my biscuit. In the rear with the gear. What's going on? Roger. I'm going. Woo-hoo! Overtime. Yep.
Yo!
Insufficient Vespine gas.
SCV ready. Gangway coming through. SCV ready. Bad news. SCV ready. Go ahead. Who wants some? SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots.
It's your dime. SCV ready. This better be good.
Commander, the Dominion is attacking the rebel base to the southwest.
Good. That'll keep the Dominion off our backs.
Those folks need our help, Tychus. There's no way we're leaving them to rot.
Of course. Who wants SCV ready? Oh yeah. SCV ready. Orders received. Gangway coming through. We could use some help. SCV ready. Outstanding. Affirmative. Can't wait. Go, go, go. SCV ready.
Well, you guys sure are a welcome sight. We're with you. Just tell us where you want us.
Welcome aboard, boys.
Who was?
It's Rainer's boys.
I'm on it.
Shoot. Rainer's the man.
I'm easy, boy. Got it.
Dominion can go to hell.
Looking forward to it. 10-4.
Bad guys are that away.
Warning. Dominion Hellions approaching.
Yes, sir. Sure thing.
Nice job cleaning out that bunker, Jimmy. Between your boys and my skills, we are gonna go a long way together.
It's fine. Sure.
sir.
Crane controls accessed. Decrypting security overrides. Crane control established.
Beautiful. Now let's reel that sucker in and get out of here.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's go now to Kate Lockwell with an update on Jim Raynor's violent uprising.
Thanks, Donnie. Raynor's clearly widening his list of targets. He's attacked a Dominion archaeological dig and possibly seized a dangerous alien artifact.
Emperor Mengsk spoke on this subject earlier today.
There's no telling what kind of havoc these supposedly innocuous relics might wreak upon our worlds. Anyone found in possession of these items will be dealt with to the fullest extent of the law.
Look on the bright side, partner. You're a wanted man either way.
Thanks, Tychus. Shocking, Kate. I imagine civilian casualties were high as a result of Raynor's terrorist actions.
Actually, the only civilian deaths appear to be collateral damage from overzealous Dominion security forces.
Thanks, Kate. You heard it here first. Jim Raynor, killing women and children on Marsara.
With the artifact secure, you need to wait for transport at Backwater Station before you can leave Marsara. Transportation is on the way. Caution.
I've got transport coming to pick us up. All we gotta do is sit tight.
Don't sound too hard. I figure we earned ourselves a little R&R.
Commander, I'm detecting a massive concentration of Zerg biosignatures landing at the abandoned dig site.
I should have known it. Damn you, Tychus.
I swear, man, I didn't know nothing about no Zerg.
Given their current course, the Zerg will overrun this location within the hour.
We gotta hold out long enough for extraction. If we man the bunkers and hold those 2 bridges as long as we can, we just might stand a chance. We're gonna have a real fight on our hands here.
I've been in plenty of holdouts before.
Not against the Zerg, you ain't.
Big job, huh? You're the boss. Yo. Gangway, coming through. SCV ready. Who wants some? SCV ready. Huh? SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Go, go, go! Bad news? It's your dime. Armed and ready.
Additional supply.
Here they come! Lock and load!
Additional supply depots required.
Of course.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Sure thing. Outstanding. That's fine.
To anyone hearing this message, we're pinned down near Backwater Station. Please assist. numbers, boys. We could use some help here. Thought we were goners there. Can't wait. By the numbers, boys. This better be good. You gonna give me orders? Been waiting on you. Of course.
Base is under attack.
We could use some help here. Mayday! We're trapped by the Zerg! They're burrowed all around us! If you could reach us, please help! Who wants some? SCV ready. You gonna
get some SCVs repairing those bunkers.
Been waiting on you.
Additional supply depots required.
Big job, huh?
Base is under attack. Additional supply depots required.
Ah! You scared me! Yeah, whatever. Sure thing. SCV ready. This better be good. Yeah. SCV ready. Been waiting on you.
Additional supply depots.
SCV ready. Who wants some? By the numbers, boy.
Keep at it, boys. A ride's on its way.
Armed and ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Go, go, go!
Add-on complete.
Keep your shirt on, Spartan.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Bad news? Well, butter by a biscuit. We could use some help here. Yeah. Armed and ready. SCV ready. We need immediate support. Hostiles all around us. Is anyone out there?
Additional supply depots required.
This better be good. Will do. Go, go, go! You gonna give me orders? SCV ready. Yes, sir. Who wants some? Been waiting on you. In the rear with the gear.
Additional supply depots required.
Want a piece of me, boy? We could use some help here. By the number. Man, are you a sight for sore eyes? Hold up, we're coming with you.
Additional supply depots required. SCVs are under attack.
Thanks for the assist. We're with you, Raider. We could use some help here. Yes, sir. SCV ready. Hold out just a little longer. We'll be getting out of here soon. Armed and ready. You gonna give me orders? SCV ready. What's going on? SCV ready. Big job, huh? Yo. In the rear with the gear.
Base is under attack.
This better be good. I feel good. By the numbers, boys. Gangway, coming through. You want a piece of me, boy? Huh? We could use some help here. Who wants some? This better be good. Go, go, go! Armed and ready. We could use some help here. Gangway, coming through. We could use some help here. You want a piece of me, boy? Outstanding. This better be good. Go, go, go! Woo-hoo! Overtime. Go ahead. We could use some help here. Armed and ready.
Commander, this is Matt Horner. Just hold on. Cavalry's on the way.
Take your time, Matt. No rush.
We could use some help here.
We could use some help here. This better be good. We could use some help here.
Cavalry's arrived. Anyone still alive down there?
Good to see you, Matt. Welcome to the party.
Glad we made it in time, sir. Now let's get you boys out of there.
Damn, Jimmy. You've been holding out on me.
Cutting it pretty close there, Matt.
Never left you hanging before, sir.
Fair enough. Just get us the hell out of here.
All batteries, concentrate forward firepower. Spin up drives 2 and 6. All hands brace for warp jump on my mark. Mark.
What the hell happened? We ain't seen the Zerg in years. Why attack Marsara now?
It's not just Marsara. You need to see this.
Zerg's launched on a full-scale attack.
Devastation spread throughout all Outer Rim. Sustained heavy losses.
Casualties in the billions.
Minutes ago, the Zerg attacked a Dominion military research facility.
Sweet mother of mercy.
New exclusive video footage confirms the Queen of Blades is in fact leading the swarm.
We always knew she'd be back, but what's she after?
She's come to finish the job.
There's no telling what the Zerg will throw against us this time. Sir, we need to make sure our hardware and munitions are up to the challenge.
Yeah, I'll check in with Swan down the armory. Knowing him, he's already got upgrades for us.
I hate to ask, sir, but is there a reason that convict's still on my bridge?
Easy, Matt. Tychus is one of my oldest friends. He helped me out of a real bind a few years back. I owe him.
Well, your friend has a criminal record as long as...
Mine? Believe me, if Tychus Finley wanted me dead, I'd be dead already.
Understood, sir.
I'm a private investigator. But most likely, I know 2 things about me. on learning of my profession. Some of you probably picture a charming, jaded gumshoe with a fascination for finding the truth, a la J.J. Kids from Chinatown. Others probably picture a grimy drunkard that preys on the victims of tragedy, promising them a closure that may not exist on my lifelong.
Here on the console, but building an army on the run ain't cheap.
Much less glamorous.
I know it's been tied, but that artifact.
After making one too many blunders, I opted to resign for my superiors had the chance to fire, transfer, or demote.
Yeah,
the skill set I developed as a detective translated into PI work. So I joined a local firm in my hometown. The job really is a lot duller than most people realize. A lot of times, I worked with my country's DA office on their less important cases, gathering up information on low-level criminals. Other times, I was a glorified background checker for local business owners. It's mundane as hell, but paid well enough to keep my decent apartment, so I never felt the need to quit. Not until recently. 2 months ago, I decided it was time to retire, a lot earlier than I had originally planned. It's been hard to find the words to explain my retirement. I found myself questioning sanity because of what I uncovered my final piece. I figured writing my story as I remember it therapeutic. So now, I'm here. A month ago, a woman of about 40 years named Marjorie Holden to my office, asking me to investigate a possible disappearance. Mrs. Holden told me that her nephew, Aaron, had been out of touch for over 5 years, and she was worried he was in trouble. I told her to go to the police. She figured they wouldn't take a claim seriously since she hadn't reported a possible disappearance until now. Turns out, Mrs. Holden was a member of a locally named family. Snells were well known in northeast Pennsylvania, their wealth, as well as their dysfunction. They own one of the most lucrative local businesses, performed Snell Foundry, manufacturer of airplane parts that had originally went to powerhouse during World War II. Justin Snell, Marjorie's grandfather, was the man who secured the contract with the West government. He died in serious circumstances shortly after the war ended. The death of Justin Snell seems to have put a lasting strain on the family, and the dysfunction has persisted on me. Back to the case. Marjorie told me that Aaron left over 10 years ago to go to college in Maryland, and he simply never returned. She believed that Aaron might have used his father's willingness to pay for his studies as an excuse to escape the family, but that Aaron's now deceased father simply didn't care enough to look into what his son had been doing before he died unexpectedly.
And a handful of volunteers.
Marjorie stated she had some contact with Aaron after the death of his father, but that she hadn't heard back from him in about 5 years. She seemed to notice my reluctance to accept it.
This isn't gonna
So she offered to pay me double what I usually receive. I made her case my top priority.
But we're not exactly in tip-top shape. We'll earn some cash and build up our forces so we can make a difference when it comes.
But there wasn't much about Aaron found on the surface. 3 friends of Aaron's from high school that Marjorie had been able to identify told me he had, quote, gone off the grid as he left town. Marjorie provided me his Facebook page. That certainly hadn't been used in about years. Called the university he attended to find out about academic violations, personal conduct issues 3 months into his second semester.
Tychus lined up a mission
to untrained eye. The search for Aaron was fruitful. However, I was able to discover that the set of his Facebook account was also linked
Incoming transmission.
See, that Aaron developed a fascination for urban exploration
and I represent
and made a hobby out of taping his experiences, investigating abandoned buildings, posting those videos online.
The Zerg have overwhelmed our planetary
Last
defenses.
video
The colony is
posted in
lost.
February.
For the past 12 hours, we've been evacuating people to the nearest starport, but the Zerg attacks have become so intense, we can't get any more through. If you can go to the highway, we can start sending the remaining groups every few minutes.
To celebrate 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to explore a place with some personal history. My dad owned a warehouse when I was a kid.
Zerg are more terrible
Died a
than
few
I ever
years ago.
imagined.
His business died with him. Thanks to him, there's an abandoned warehouse with my name on it. Literally and figuratively. Called Marjorie and asked her if she had been to the Snell Foundry recently. She replied,
I got us some fire bats, cowboy. These suckers have got flamethrowers that'll roast the Zerg, but good.
Barbecue time. Well done. Smells like victory.
Thank goodness you're here. I'll give you control of the main building so you can help us evacuate the colony.
Fight fire with fire. Let's get cooking.
What's going on? It's your dime.
We'll need to escort the convoys all the way to the main starport for them to have a chance of escaping this planet.
Big job.
The first convoy from Lark's Crossing will be moving out soon.
SCV ready. SCV ready. I'm going. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Don't stop for anything. Let's roll.
Fueled up. Let's do this.
Someone had the right idea of building bunkers to defend the roads. Why are they empty?
The Dominion military abandoned them when the Zerg attacked. They didn't give a damn about the colony.
Sorry to hear that, Doc. At least these bunkers are in a good spot. I'll see if we can't get them manned.
Let's do this. Well done. Smoking. Barbecue time. Let's get cooking. Smells like victory. My goose is getting cooked.
Bad news? Armed and ready. I'm going.
It's a long haul to the starport, partner. How can we be expected to guard the whole thing?
I reckon we can use a mobile force to keep it clear, or build more bunkers to block the approaches. Either way should work.
Gangway, coming through. Move it!
The next convoy is almost ready to go, Commander. Please alert your men.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Ready to roast. Well done.
Who wants some? In the rear with the gear. Big job, huh? Yeah, whatever. Ah! You scared me! This better be good.
Get to the starport! Move it!
Go, go, go! Yes, sir! Been waiting on you. Who wants some? Armed and ready.
Base is under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy? Gangway, coming through. By the numbers, boy. I'm on it. Orders received. This better be good. Convoy's in danger. Hit 'em, boys. Go, go, go! You want a piece of me, boy?
Our allies are being attacked.
You got my attention.
Who wants some? Aye, aye, sir. Go ahead. Armed and ready.
Base, our allies.
The colonists are hurting. We gotta save them. Gangway, coming through.
Looks like victory. Let's get cooking.
Go, go, go!
Sweet God. The slaughter. I can't bear to look.
Barbecue time.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Commander, another convoy will be heading out soon.
Bad news? Big job, huh? You gonna give me orders? SCV ready. Yep. Huh? Yep. Sure thing. Don't leave without us! SCV ready. Ah! You scared me! Move it! SCV ready. Looking forward to it. SCV ready. Who wants some? SCV ready. I'm on it. We could use some help here. Will do. Roger that. SCV ready.
Our allies are...
Zerg attacking the convoy! Let's rock! 10-4. Orders received. The Zerg have gotten through! Take them down! Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
In the rear with the gear. Armed and ready. What's going on? You want a piece of me, boy? Yeah, whatever. Who wants some?
Not enough minerals.
Gangway, coming through. SCV ready. Been waiting on you. Go, go, go!
Not enough minerals.
We have another convoy ready to be escorted, Commander.
Ready. This better be good. Huh? Well, butter my biscuit. By the numbers, boys. Go, go, go! You gonna give me orders? Roger that. Gangway, coming through.
Not enough minerals.
Who wants some? Sure. Armed and ready. Aye, aye, sir. Oh, yeah. This better be good. Of course.
Don't stop for anything. Let's roll.
You want a piece of me, boy? By the numbers, boys. Got it.
The doctor is in.
Orders received. Go, go, go!
You got my attention. Well done. Let's get
This better be good. You want a piece of me, boy? You gonna give me orders? Will do. Who wants some? Armed and ready. Gangway, coming through. Orders received. That's fine. Convoy's in danger. Hit 'em, boys. You want a piece of me, boy? Affirmative. Bad news? I'm going. SCV ready. SCV ready.
Sir, we just detected Zerg organisms entering the upper atmosphere. I can't give you an exact fix, but they're heading your way.
SCV ready. In the rear with the gear. Let's get it. SCV ready. I can't build here. Yes, sir. What's going on? SCV ready.
The next convoy is almost ready to go, Commander. Please alert your men.
Go ahead. Yep.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Been waiting on you. Huh? Go, go, go!
Everyone's here! Let's go!
The doctor is in. Additional supply depots required.
By the numbers, boys. What's going on? Sure thing.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
The colonists are hurt. We gotta save them. Affirmative. You gonna give me orders? They're attacking the convoy! Let's rock! Outstanding. Sure thing. Go, go, go. Orders received. And more. I feel you. The Zerg have gotten through! Take them down!
Our allies are being attacked.
Who wants some? You got it. Gangway coming through. This better be good. Armed and ready. Can't wait. Orders received. By the numbers, boys.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Sir, I'm picking up seismic disturbances closing in on your position. I think it's some kind of tunneling Zerg.
Wonderful. It's just like him to keep things nice and interesting.
Who wants some? In the rear with the gear. Go, go, go! Well, butter my biscuit. You want a piece of me, boy? SCV ready.
We're almost done, Commander. Another convoy will be starting out soon.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Ah! You scared me! Yep.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Been waiting on you. You gonna give me orders? I'm on it.
Is the road safe up ahead? Guess we'll find out.
Been waiting on you. 10-4. SCV ready. You gonna give me orders?
Additional supply depots required.
What's going on? By the numbers, boys. Gangway, coming through. You got on there. This better be good. Sure. You want a piece of me, boy? Been waiting on you. Why not? Go, go, go! Convoy's in danger. Hit 'em, boys. Who wants some? Aye, aye.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Armed and ready. That's fine. The colonists are hurt. We gotta save them. This better be good. Got it. We could use some help here. Who wants some? Will do. Armed and ready.
That's the last of them. Go. Lift off now.
We've lost the colony, but my people got out alive, thanks to you, Commander.
Great job, sir. Dr. Hansen's offered to stay on with us for now, and I think her skills will be invaluable.
It's hard to believe I'm even here.
Great to have you, Doc. How you planning on pitching in?
Well, your medical facilities are medieval, and your science expertise is non-existent. Perhaps I could start there.
Ouch. Well, I guess you might be able to teach Stedman a thing or two. Welcome aboard, Doc.
Guess you heard the news by now, Raynor. Looks like you're back in business.
That I am, Mr. Hill. And fighting the Zerg and Dominion all at once is going to take its toll on my standing forces. You got any guns for hire?
But you know the invasion makes it a seller's market right now. Still, your bartender over there makes a hell of a Mai Tai. So, sure, I've got some mercenary contracts you might be interested in.
You're all heart, Mr. Hill. What the hell was I doing?
Shovel. Bucket.